All right, so Banner Talk Hip Hop episode 6. This is 6 now. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna give a shout out to SGV MVP um,
Mm.
on the gram, super active member of ours. He brought up a couple of things. The first thing is in our first episode, um, we didn't mention Nas and the King of New York with his new resurgence. We kind of shit on New York, and Nas has had a run.
I
We
mean,
did low key,
why
but not
why would
Nas
it
has had a run
just? I
recently.
mean, yeah, but his resurgence don't mean he bringing New York back.
Yeah.
I didn't look at it
So
that way.
yeah, that's what I was looking at, but I thought it deserved a little bit of coverage, just
Yeah,
because
that's kind
I
of
didn't when we
disrespectful.
were yeah when we were talking about it, I didn't really think about Nas because
Uh,
Nas been
at
doing this
all.
shit since not like not two, but
He
yeah.
trying. He trying.
We're from California, y'all.
If they didn't
We
know
got
already.
we got a different look outlook
Yeah,
on things. So you gotta
yeah.
bear with us. We just being self
Especially,
we just being selfish with that list. We didn't respect the city,
yeah, I kind of look. Hey, I look back at it. We was like, New York been ass.
bro. Hey, we
We was shit on
we
New York.
we talked more about Snoop kicking down the Empire State Building, and we didn't even mention Nas. I'm
Yeah, that
sorry,
was
Nas. Well, look,
hilarious.
now he got a whole episode, so
Yep.
we're making up for it.
Yeah, we're making up for it today with this tier list. But he also, we were kind of going over in the DMs, the whole Wale versus Cole. People were saying Wale will wash Cole, or Cole will wash Wale, whatever.
Who the heck
He
said that?
asked, bro, it's been all over. I don't know why
But
this
he
is
did
even a
it. But he
discussion.
did it though.
No, but there's people that are saying that. So, um, the homie SGV MVP, he brought up a question for us is, who do we think Kendrick would go against in the verses?
But who do you think he would go against, or who do you
Or
think he
who
would
he could go against? Who
who
would we
could?
put Kendrick against in the verses?
At this point, anybody.
Yeah,
No, but
Loki.
no, but what?
But we
But
need to,
no, like who do you think would be a compatible opponent? Is
yeah.
that
Um,
Yeah, who would be a good opponent for Kendrick, an entertaining opponent for Kendrick?
oh man.
we talking about like, well, who is considered a peer for Kendrick Lamar?
I think no, I don't
I
even
don't
look
even
at
think
it
we got to
that
go
that
now, honestly.
no. I think you have to look at it in terms of like who would have not only the qualifications, but who would have like the and not even accolades, just the will to go up against him.
Yeah, it's gonna get rough for a lot
I
of
keep,
people.
I keep, I don't know why, but I'm just gonna say what's on my mind, and I keep thinking Beyonce.
Shit, you
You're
going all
talking
the
about
way
it.
out of hip hop?
No, you're talking about it in my
I'm
terms.
that's what, but that's what I'm saying. Like, who's the peer for Kendrick? Because at this point, Kendrick is like he's here, but if we give him like a few more years, I feel like he's gonna like elevate, and then he's gonna be fucking
Wait,
untouchable.
what? I'm kind of confused on how you what you're asking though. Like you're talking about in verses, like hit to
Yeah,
Like
hit.
a
versus.
yeah,
Oh, that's easy. I mean, Kanye could do it. Drake can go up against him. Like that's easy.
Yeah,
There's quite a few guys that can go up against that. Drake has so many
I don't
hits.
know.
Kanye has so many hits. Like they can
I would
go
like to see
easily.
Drake and Kanye go against each other.
Yeah, that's
I
easy.
mean,
And Kanye
they did
They
already,
kind of
right?
did, yeah, but kind of.
And Drake was kind of getting that nigga.
and look
I
and
thought
and
Kanye was getting him.
and look no look
I
Kanye
thought
Uh,
Kanye
low key
washed him.
Kanye was yeah.
Yeah, I thought Kanye washed him
And wait, what in the
at the Free Larry Hoover concert.
yeah? But here's the thing.
Drake
I
was
was at
playing
that.
away though.
I was at the I was at the concert. I was at the concert, and Drake played mostly his new stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm
it like
saying.
literally it was only his new stuff.
It wasn't really like a versus setting. It
No, it
was a
wasn't.
concert,
Uh,
where they just both happened to,
But
participate. But
but as highly as I think of Kendrick, I think both Drake and Kanye can go up against Kendrick easily,
yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
easily.
yeah, for sure. I mean, hit for hit. I mean, versus is a totally different. We're not talking discography for discography. We're just talking,
That's what I'm saying
song for song.
because
Mm.
people play their features on verses, and that's
Yeah.
considered a hit for them. So, you know,
Yep. So
Yeah,
I got a
Drake,
little
Drake could
bit.
get her.
Yeah.
And Cole,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
throw Cole in there
Drake
too.
is
I'll throw Cole in there.
Cole in
yeah.
there too. Yeah,
Cole got
hundred
some stuff
percent.
for sure. So what I would want to see in verses is a little bit. I don't think this will ever happen, but I think it would make for an interesting verses. Would be Kendrick, and there's a reason for it. Kendrick versus Tupac's hologram, and
Mm.
at the end, they do the conversation at the end of Mortal Man to end the show. That's what I would want to see,
Mm.
something like that. Something that's kind of like out of the box for Kendrick. Because Kendrick, I think him just going on stage and then just doing the hit for hit thing, like even for Kanye or, I think it would have to be more of a spectacle.
That's why I said Beyonce
Yeah.
because I don't
It's
know.
a
I remember when they yeah, it's like but I mean I don't know. To me, like the verses is like I don't. To me, Kendrick has transcended past just like an MC to me. He's this whole package deal, and he's like to me he's like just a household name like Beyonce now, or
Mhm.
like a Snoop, or like a Hove. Like he's in that upper echelon to me. So that's why I was like, he gotta have somebody that's gonna match the same bigness as him. You know what I mean? That's how I looked at it.
that would be so hard to judge though, because like you have like an R&B hit and then you have like a hip hop hit. I still feel like
Yeah.
it'd be so hard because they're
Yeah.
totally different genres. I get what you're saying that Kendrick is like a musician now, but like it'd be so
Low
hard
We
for me
gotta
to.
we
low key
we gotta
Beyonce
do all
like
the songs.
worldwide is bigger.
Oh, Beyonce's way bigger. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
feel like yeah.
I think the only people that's probably ever bigger than Beyonce is like the Michael Jacksons,
All
the
right,
Princes, the
this is a
Madonnas.
bad comparison, and I'm just trying to save it at this point. But oh yeah, Beyonce is bad. That's probably not a good comparison. I
Low
don't
key,
know this. I'm
But it's
kind of
out of the
stumped.
box though.
hey, low key overrated to me, but yeah, it's Beyonce.
Yeah.
She's low key
Yeah,
overrated to me.
I feel it.
I gotta dive back in.
Hey, you know what I was talking about earlier this week? That's kind of completely off topic, but Mariah Carey's song came on, and I was telling I was telling someone how Mariah Carey at his peak, man, no one was touching her, like no
Yeah, her
one,
peak. Yeah.
like Beyonce didn't even get to her level at Mariah
Yeah.
Carey's peak.
She
Like
was pretty.
she was insane,
Yeah, her
insane.
her voice is, yeah. It's very few. There's
And
some
she
that
was
like
what?
all
Yeah.
time that could get with that with her voice, but yeah, like it's crazy. Mariah
And
was
she was
crazy.
writing her own shit, right?
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no
I
idea.
doubt it, but I don't
I'm
know.
not that tapped in on Mariah. I just know she dissed Eminem.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah,
Well,
she has
technically
some
Nick
hits.
Cannon did.
Yeah, low key. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say Mariah Carey, she was one of those like diva divas where it's like I want 10 puppies in the studio, 10 bouquets of roses.
Yeah.
Like
She was
you
on
don't really hear
another
nobody like
level.
waiting on nobody hand and foot like that no more.
Yeah.
Uh
But yeah, I would like to see them do something like that, like Pac's hologram, and
I think that's the best
similar
one, bro.
figures,
That
similar
was actually
figures.
really good. Somebody might hit you up about that.
I don't know. I can't do nothing about it, but
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
yeah,
I remember when Pac came out at what was it, Coachella, and that nigga Snoop was looking hella creeped out. Like,
yeah. I wonder how that looks for on stage, but if you on stage with it, if it looks the same from the crowd.
I was at that concert. I was at that show.
You was at Coachella that
Yeah,
year?
that's when
Yeah,
that was the only Coachella I ever did.
yeah, yeah.
We were
That's
so
dope.
far back
That's
though,
the one.
like it's not even like
Yeah, you
we
was
yeah,
watching it on
basically
the
saw
big screen.
on the jumbotron.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
All right, for sure. Let's get into the Course of the Inevitable 2
mm.
first listen. So how many times did you guys get to run through it? I ran through it about, I'd say 3 times.
that was like
Three
two.
times. 2. once. Yeah, I've been doing this thing for like ever since we started. I've been listening to it on like just through the phone and then in the car and then in headphones.
Mm,
Like for all the albums or all the music that we've been like kind of going through just to see if it sounds different. And low key, like everything sounds a bit different the way you listen to it. But I'm gonna start with Eddie. Let's get your take on your first listen.
I really like it. Solid 8 out of 10 for me. Um,
mm,
Tracks that stood out to me are Living Proof, um, Socialize, and even Don't Switch with Tony Ayo. I really like that one too.
Yeah, that was a
Um,
surprise one for me.
yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah,
But
mm,
I mean, it's to me, it's just like it's just Banks, you know. He's always gonna come out, you know, uh, to me with that grittiness type of album, New York style. I think the production on his recent albums has changed a bit, you know. But I feel like if he got more support and more funds to like his production, like he could even be even more mainstream again. But um, yeah, I think a solid 8 out of 10 to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Jason?
Um, I gave it one good listen. Um, in that one good listen, I liked about it. It had to warm up to. I had to warm up because I'm not somebody that's an avid listener of Lloyd Banks. Like if I didn't know you if you didn't tell me this album was dropping, I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? So um, like the first couple tracks, I had to get used to that nigga voice. I didn't even go cap to you. And then once I got into it, I doubled back like the first four songs.
Yeah,
Like I doubled back on it because I'm like I'm not being fair to this guy. Like I'm really once I finally did it, like I liked once I got to Fell in Love, I was like, all right,
you were shitting on it
got to
at
Fell
first,
in
or
Love.
what?
I wasn't shitting on it. I was just like I was just kind of like, yo, like I don't know the I forgot he was like, you know, when I'm coming, like, you know, like he came out like that. I was like, oh shit, like,
Yeah,
all right,
it
I
was
forgot,
dope too.
you know what I mean? But once you got into his world, that's when you start seeing the pictures getting painted and the shit he was trying to talk about. Fell in Love, Murder One was hard to me. Like I was more of a fan of the second part of it. Like
Okay,
Murder One, Don't Switch Up with Yayo was hard to me. And Dead Roses. I
okay.
think Dead Roses might have been my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, Fell in Love was like the more up tempo out of the whole
Yeah,
album. Yeah,
yeah.
that one. I think he
So I was
released
like,
that like a
okay.
couple days before the album. That was pretty dope. I got to listen to it. I feel like you though. I like the second half of the album
Hmm.
better than the first half. And what I had to do, like the first listen, like Cody One was such a good album to me. Like last year, that was probably in my personal top three
Hmm.
because of just like the production. Like I feel like he took a step back with the production on this one, like a big step back. But um he stayed true to like his rhyming style, his, he stayed true to himself on this, and I'm not mad at it at all. I had to double back because I was comparing it to Cody One. And
Hmm.
like I said, Cody One was up there for me. And to me, this is not even close to Cody One, but it's still a good album. I'm with Eddie, like that 7, 8 out of 10 range. I like the second half of the album a lot better than the first. The one with him and Jadakiss, that shit
Hmm.
was that shit was dope. The one with him and Yayo surprised me too. I wasn't expect
Hmm.
Yayo kind of Yayo kind of did his thing on there. Like
Yeah,
every
he
time I
did.
see Yayo on the track, it's like, oh, here go Yayo. But then I'm like, damn, like it's really not that.
He got
It's not
he
that
got
bad.
to
It's
it.
kind of good. Yeah, like he did
Yeah.
his thing. But yeah, don't switch. Murder One was one. Fell in Love was one. Um, I like Living Proof with Benny. I think both
Mm.
the Benny and Conway, they both did their thing.
That was my favorite. That was my better of the track between Benny and Conway. I like the one with Benny.
Mm-hmm.
Conway didn't. I don't know. I don't know what I was. Maybe I was expecting like Conway is my favorite from Griselda, and I was like, I
Yeah,
don't know what I
Fe-
was expecting, honestly. maybe I like over when I saw those names, I was like, oh, here go the two best tracks on the album. And they
Yeah.
weren't. To me,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll put it like this. I'll work out to the first half of the album. Like I'll get in the gym. That's some shit that's gonna make me want to get in the gym and like the whole album is low key like that. I kind of made me it kind of hyped me up in a way. But I'm a musical ass nigga, so at some point I want to hear some chords and shit. But yeah, the second half was more of like I'll cruise to this or I'll just sit down and pull up some wine or some shit and play that. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah.
No, I feel it. I feel it. The second half kind of it gave a different energy for me. The first half was like super gritty, and that's kind of how he opened Cody
Hmm.
one too. He opened it gritty, but like man, his feature choice, like the people he messed with from New York, like that style of music, it goes perfect with Banks's beat choice too. Like him and Styles and Jada and the Griselda boys on the track, like he never goes wrong with that, and even Fab.
Hmm.
But yeah,
But
I
Jason's
thought it
right.
was.
I think you have to have an ear for him
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
100%.
Banks to me is always like a nostalgia factor,
right,
Hmm.
you know.
right. And
Um,
Yeah,
so
like out of the
you
whole G
definitely
unit,
yeah.
yeah, the whole G unit. I mean, like you have to like really have like had an affinity to the G Unit era to like really go back and be like, oh shit, Banks is dropping an album, you know?
yeah,
Yeah. And but I will say this, like bro ain't lost a step, you know?
yeah,
Like he's still on point with it. He don't sound like a old nigga still trying to do it. Like he sound like a today's artist. Like just he's
yeah.
preserved his craft.
Yeah, he said. I mean, he's in that same lane as like Griselda. Like if you haven't heard Banks before and you like Griselda, you would like
Yeah.
Banks. Like it's that same lane.
I felt like after listening to it, I was the one who felt like I was sleeping.
Yeah. And did
Like
you
that's
listen
how
to
I felt. I
Cody
was like,
one?
ooh, I need to check for Banks a little more often. Which one?
Did you listen to Cody one? Course of the Inevitable one,
I
the one.
didn't. I didn't listen
Bro,
to Cody Ware. I gotta be
from
honest.
my from my perspective, it is a much better album. A much better album.
Mm.
I think.
It's
Yeah,
better than Cody Wood's better than Hunger for More too.
it probably like I haven't thought about this, but it
I
is
agree.
it could be Banks's best album.
Oh, I
Mm.
don't know more than I. Hey, I'm a huge Ron Apple album guy.
Yeah,
I
I like
love
Rotten
that
Apple
album.
too.
I love that album.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
think it's his third best album. I
Okay.
don't think I think Hunger for More won because of like he's got the R&B hits on there. He's got like the New York hits on there. So I think his first album is just like to me like a classic.
Yeah, that's the one.
You know, and then I personally my personal choice Ron Apple. I really like that album, and I think Cody One
Yeah.
Mm.
is right there. I think it's better than Hunger for More
Fuck.
too.
I gotta go check out this Cody one.
Cody one is great, bro. And I wasn't expecting anything out of Cody one. Just like I was expecting something out of this one, which kind of ruined my first listen. So, but like Cody one, like we hadn't had a Banks album in so long, and like I wasn't expecting anything. So, like as
Mm.
soon as I turned it on, I was like yo, what the fuck?
I'm
Like
just
what I
I'm just
needed.
glad he's still putting out albums. I'm just
Yeah,
glad about that.
100%. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's that like for me, it's the nostalgia factor too that adds to it. And he's not like today's lyricist. It's like you gotta. It's a lot of like metaphors and shit that's happening where you don't realize that it's happening until you give it a couple listens and stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, he didn't really mean that. He meant this, and
Hey, so he's
there's
independent now.
layers.
He's independent now, right?
Yeah, I
So
don't know his situation, but yeah, I think he's like
I thought it was
100%.
I don't know if he like I don't know if he's not with G Unit anymore, obviously, but under 50. But I thought it was dope that uh, he got Yayo on the track.
Yeah.
No, knowing that I don't think there's beef between him and 50. I think there's just a riff. Like it's not the same relationship as like Young Buck and
Hmm.
50 where they hate each other. But I think there's like a small rift between Banks and 50. But the fact that him and Yayo can still like hop on the track is pretty
Yeah.
dope to me. You know.
Yeah, I
So
saw
nobody.
no, he was on I think Joe Budden's podcast this past weekend or this past week, and
Y'all
I gave it
froze.
a little listen. Oh, here you go. You back?
Yeah. We're back.
All right. So yeah, he was on Joe Budden's podcast, and he actually they talked to him about like his process and stuff, and he was talking about how much he learned from 50 and stuff like that. He also said I saw a clip where he said that he has written like 100% of his stuff, including the hooks, even when like Carrie Hilson or like Karma and stuff like that. He even wrote those hooks that have the R&B artists on there.
Wait, who did?
Banks, where
Oh,
he actually
he
wrote the
wrote the
hooks
art.
and the R&B artists will come in and sing that
Oh
hook, but
wow.
he wrote it.
Oh wow.
And he said he learned that from 50, with the melodies and stuff like that. So yeah, so he says that he's written 100% of his discography basically.
What?
Yeah.
I believe that.
Even what? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'll
That's pretty
I'll
impressive.
shoot you the clip. I think I sent it to Jason. I'll shoot you the clip. But
Hmm.
yeah, he said Carrie Hilson and
What about that? What about
is
that
it
one?
is it
Oh my
Nia?
gosh, what's it called?
The one with Dave
Karma.
East and uh,
Oh, you talking about Dave East and Vado? Traffic
Uh,
that on Cody too? Jason, is that what you were
no, I was
mentioning?
talking about the Dave East and Vado one on this new one.
Oh no. I'm talking about his verses and then like the songs that's him and R&B artists. Not he's not writing for other rappers.
hey, speaking
No,
about
no, no,
that,
no.
when did
I'm
you?
just saying. No. I was just saying, like, sidebar. How'd y'all feel about that track at the
That's
end of
hey.
the
I was gonna
album?
Oh,
ask you. Uh,
yeah.
Yeah,
Davies was kind of like I don't
Dave East
know.
is interesting because Dave East is either like he's super hit or miss for me. It's either I love a Dave East project and I'm bumping it for like a month straight, or I listen to it and I don't care for it.
Well, this was a miss.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
didn't like
like I feel like that nigga
Vado's.
don't be
Don't
like
be
he don't be
trying.
trying sometimes.
Hey,
You feel me? Like, is
hey,
it just me?
hey, you know what's funny is that this is one thing that I was worried about on this album because on some like the features on this album, I was hoping that Conway and Benny and Jada would try hard, because sometimes when you get featured on an album like this, like you sometimes tend to like, it's a verse, a quick check, but they did try,
Yeah.
but not
But they
Davies.
didn't try. Like,
Oh, I
yeah,
feel you. Okay,
bro.
I feel you. Hey, so
Now
hold on. You don't think Benny the Butcher tried? Like I thought he
Benny for
tried.
sure. Okay, so like
Benny
Banks.
tried. Benny tried, but
Benny
Conway, I was
tried.
like,
Yeah, okay, I
now, so
agree with that.
for me, what I think is like, all right, you getting in the studio with Lloyd, and Lloyd is like a dragon, you know what I mean? You think these niggas like psych themselves out
That
to where it's like it's almost like because I be in the studio with niggas sometimes, and it's like and you in there, and it's like you get two niggas that can really go, and one of them just doesn't, and I feel like it's a mental game to where
but
it's more of like I'm just gonna write the verse. Like you play it off like that because you
Yeah,
don't want to go at the high. I don't know how to explain it, but when I heard
well,
Dave East, I was like, oh, this nigga ain't like I didn't doubt his ability. I was like, oh, he
I
just
feel
knocked it
like that
out.
though.
Like
I feel like Dave East, like his hit or miss is like when he misses with me, it sounds like he's being like too nonchalant about it. But I feel the same way about Conway. Like I usually like all of Conway's stuff, but the stuff that I don't like, I feel like it's too relaxed.
I don't think they.
yeah,
I don't know if they like psych themselves out. I think also is like let's say their verse isn't the best. Is someone gonna come up to him and be like, "Damn, Banks killed you on that track"? Like, you give me like it's not gonna get as many listens as another album would, but like, I
Yeah.
just think like do they really try? When it comes to albums like this.
But like with Fab and with Kiss and with Styles, like every time they're on the track with Banks, they bring it.
Yeah, because they grew up
I
with
think
like
it's a
they grew up
different,
in that
yeah, I
same
think it's a
era.
it's a
different
camaraderie
respect.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It
Like
felt
they
like
like
it felt
like
like Dave
Jada
East was doing a
Hmm.
favor.
Jada is gonna try with Jada's gonna try with Banks because they were in the same era and G Unit and them had beef,
Yeah. I feel
you
like
know?
Dave East came into it kind of like, I'm not gonna try to out rap this nigga. I'm gonna just do what Dave do.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we didn't want that.
Yeah.
We wanted
Yeah.
that nigga to go. And then the other dude wasn't a Vado.
Vado, yeah, Vado.
I haven't played too much. I haven't played too much of him, but
Yeah, I don't really listen
Yeah.
to Vado
I don't
like
really
that.
listen to Vado either. I feel like he's like he's a New York legend, but I haven't really checked for him too
and
much.
that's not a diss. It's just like
Yeah.
I got a close circle of listening friends. You know.
There's
Yeah.
too many
And
artists
it's
out there.
like if we mention a Corrupt or a Daz, a lot of people from New York aren't gonna know their discography like we do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
There is there's a difference.
It's not personal. It's just a West Coast thing, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man. First he does Nas, now he does Vado. Damn.
yeah.
And we all diss Nas. That was a group. That was a group
I love
effort.
now. Yeah, it was a group project. Yeah. Now,
So
but we got a chance to get our Nas got a chance to get his lick back on us, I guess. All right, man.
look, you
I
can't
want to
believe we're
get
doing this.
in. Yeah, I want to get into this tier. This tier list. It's a lot. It's a lot of albums up here, bro.
Bro, you forgot Illmatic too? I'm just
I
kidding.
didn't forget him, man.
I'm just kidding.
Yo,
Hey, you forgot Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I'm just checking.
I mean that just pretty much showed he didn't care for that album. Like he didn't even put the album artwork on there.
That's funny because that's my
Yeah,
favorite Kanye album.
that's
Oh shit!
it. I know
Hold
that
on,
might
what's wrong
be.
with you, Sean?
I don't know what was wrong with me that day, but yeah, let's get into this Nas album tier list. So
Oh
just
my
a
god.
just a reminder. So I'll go over just I'm giving everybody an override. So if we feel because there's so many albums, if we feel like something is just like we're saying a B, but you're saying an A, and like you want to override us, you get one chance.
Hey, what does
We
E
get
stand
one
for?
override.
One. And
Hey,
then
what does
Hold
E
on, what
stand
do we
for?
got here?
bro, E is just not are we
E is
really gonna
Oh,
get to
E is
E?
E is E is right before F. Like you not
Yeah,
trash,
E is
trash, but
like
you not good. Like
E is like right before Dragon's half a mic in the source. Like it's not quite a half a mic,
you're
but
just
it's
existing. You're not
yeah,
dead, but you're
it's
existing.
terrible,
Like
but it might have a track or two on there
all
that
right. So
that's
I
cool.
mean, come on, man. Let's just start. Let's just start with the most obvious one. And
oh no.
Let's go in order.
Hold on. Before we start, to the people watching, I just want to apologize to y'all. Like, if y'all don't fuck with this is what we like, this is how we gonna do it. I know all the Nas heads out there. I know y'all gonna try to say what y'all say, but this is what it is. And yeah, take it easy on us, man. We just doing the best we can. Like, it's a lot of Nas heads out here, man. I already
Yeah,
know.
and Nas has a wild discography. So just for reference, we've in the past week and a half we've run through all 15 plus. It's been about a
Bro,
week and a
I
half.
haven't
So
listened to nothing else but Nas, bro,
yeah,
this whole week.
and it's very different listening back from
Yep, I got some shit to say.
2020 to a lot of this stuff, and some of this stuff like I mean, Illmatic was we weren't even old enough to, to listen to shit.
Yeah,
So
no.
all right, I'm just gonna go in order. Um, so Illmatic,
Throw it up
yes,
there.
yeah,
Throw it up there.
I think we know where this is going.
Throw it up there.
So what are y'all thoughts on Illmatic, real quick? Just run through a couple points.
It's fucking brilliant. I can't
yeah,
believe
it's
the
a
kid wrote
classic,
that
Yeah,
shit.
top to
yeah,
bottom.
it is brilliant. I'm pretty sure I would have to get the name of the books, but I'm pretty sure they have books written on this album. I forget who the authors are, and there's been classes taught on this album. It captures New York in that era like just perfectly. There's nothing else really to say about it. It's a perfect album, honestly. So it was written. I know we had a discussion about this a couple episodes ago. Um, with the It Was Written album. So I want to get you guys' thoughts on It Was Written first, and then we'll go through what tier it should go to.
It was written is the one with his face in gold, right?
No, it's the one
No,
with teenage
No, no, no,
Nas.
no, no. Okay, okay. No, that's I am.
Yeah,
That's I
yeah, yeah.
am.
I am is
it was a really good album. Let's just put it that way.
yeah.
Very
I
good.
would. I thought. I thought he kind of veered away towards that a little bit, that New York style that you were talking about in the first album. Just a little bit. Um, Personally, I have it. You know what? I'm gonna give him credit. It is a really good album. I got into the A category.
Okay.
You
And
know
Jason,
what? I
what do
don't
you
know,
think?
man. I got a I got a little hot take. Kind of this is a hot take in a way. Like this is it's hard. This is kind of hard for me because going back and listening to all the albums in such a short span of time. And this is my opinion. I'm like I don't know I don't know if Nas changed. I feel like throughout all these albums, there's such a strong consistency. I think what changed was it more us and the times and our opinions. You know what I mean? Because like I don't know. I feel like his music and like how he got down was crazy consistent. Like I feel like he stuck to his guns through his whole career in a way. Like
Um,
to me, I'm like, damn, was it what was going on in the world? Like what was
So
like this
so
nigga's
what? But what did you? Where are you going with this? What it was written? 'Cause it don't sound
it's
good.
just more
It don't
it's
sound
just
like it's
look,
going
bro.
good.
you want
I
you
was
want to
For
know
looking
what?
at
me,
the
nah, bro.
AB.
For it was written, it's just like I low key feel that like I feel the same way about all these albums. Like they're all fucking brilliant to me, and it's like I'm really trying to. I don't want to shit on this album. Like I don't think it was as good as Illmatic, but at the same time, the shit this nigga was saying is
Yeah. So that's the reason. That's the reason why I want to make sure we're going off of his discography. So
right, right,
Yeah.
right.
we're comparing all of Nas's album to Nas's album. If we do Nas albums to the rest of the field of hip hop, like everything's going to be an A and S tier
No,
for
and
a
no,
lot of these greats, you know? So compared to the rest of Nas's album, I feel like It Was Written is in the upper echelon of
it's an A.
his
Uh,
discography. Yeah. So
It's
like,
a
because he
yeah,
had
the
he
message,
because he probably had one of his greatest songs of his discography, "If I Rule the World."
yes. And
That
yeah,
is
that's
a hip hop, just
a legit
legendary
classic.
classic song. Like
Hmm.
it could be in the top 10 of greatest hip hop songs of all time with Lauren Hill. You get me?
and
So
and yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like every
Yeah.
album, it's not an all hitter, but it'll have one of those.
no,
Yeah.
I no
So
no
I that
I disagree with that, because I think Nas does have quite a bit of shitty albums.
so okay, we're
I
gonna
don't
get
see
into
that's
it.
the thing.
It
Listening
was
back, I feel okay.
We're gonna get into it because I feel like that's coming soon. So
Okay, let's do it.
I personally think It Was Written as an A.
Yes.
So
I'll
we can
agree.
all agree it was
And
written as
Jason
an
was about to
A.
give it an S.
Well, I mean,
No, no, no.
there's a lot of people,
I'm.
believe it or
I
not,
gotta
there's
get
a
on
lot of
y'all
people
mind
out there
frame.
that think that this is Nas's best album, and I'm not
I
mad
know
at it.
we talked
Yeah,
about
we
that.
talked
Yeah.
about that,
We
and
talked about that.
he's got some shit on here.
The
So that
Message,
Mhm.
that's one of my
the
favorite songs on
message
that album.
is, yeah, that's one of my top 5 Nas songs, period. Like I love the message. I bump the message all the time. Um so getting into I Am,
Oh, here we go.
where uh this one is this is the one where I go back to and I kind of struggled listening to it
Mhm.
all the way through. And it's not necessarily because of Nas's lyricism. I think the beat choice is bad. I think the beat choice is not good, and I think that's a trend on the Nas albums that are not up to like not necessarily up to par, but are not in the upper echelon of Nas albums. I think that's the trend. Is his beat choice is not necessarily um, really good on that album. When he has a good beat, he kills it. He knocks the shit out of the park. But his beat
You-
choice is not the greatest.
my question for you is: you said his okay, so because I kind of agree with you. Uh, uh, my question: you said his beat choices was not the greatest because what wasn't "Hate Me Now" on that album?
On this one, Hate Me
Yeah, on that.
Now.
Yeah.
No, it's not
Yes.
right.
Yeah,
Oh, it
it
is.
is.
Okay.
Oh,
So
It is.
fuck.
And I
hold
love
on.
Hate Me
So
Now.
hold on. So hold on. So that beat selection obviously is crazy, but
Hmm.
do you feel like this album he tried to go mainstream?
A little bit. He dabbled in it. He
Yeah.
tried to dabble in it.
And I think that's a trend where, like Jason was saying, every album has one of those on here. And for this one, Hate Me Now is like an all-time classic. The rest of the album does not live up to Hate Me Now at all. Like Hate Me Now
I agree.
leaves pretty much the rest of the album in the dust. And there are some that, I mean, like the KISSING, we know that was a big hit,
Hmm.
back in the day, but like Life Is What You Make It with him and X, the rhyming was
Hmm.
great. I
Let
didn't
me
care
look.
for the beat.
Let me look.
And
Um
that's how I feel about a lot of shit on this album.
Nas is Like
And
is an all-time for me.
right,
Nas is Like, I love that song. The rest of
Oh,
the album just does not
hey,
it's not up to par with those songs.
"Favor for a Favor" was a really good
hard,
song.
Favor for a
Yeah,
hard.
Favor is another good
really.
one.
Going back.
But
Yeah.
comparing it to those first two albums, and especially coming off of Illmatic and then Stillmatic and then jumping right into this, is just, to me, it's not up to par. And
I
it's
give it a
got,
C.
yeah, I give it I will say in the C range as well. Jason.
God damn. God damn.
Hey, he.
This is,
Hold on,
Oh
my bad.
shit. Okay. Damn. C?
I think this
See,
is
I'll let it ride. I'll
ultimately
let it ride. I'm saving my override for sure. If y'all want to put that in the
hey,
C,
okay.
Jason felt so bad for dissing Nas in the first episode. He don't want to hurt no feelings.
Yeah.
it's not that. I went back and listened and I realized how disrespectful I was being. So
I do agree.
I'm trying to save face right now.
I give it a C. I give it a C.
Damn.
Okay.
Even with not just here's the thing though. Nas is like it's one of the songs you hear just when you say his name. Like
Yeah.
that song is powerful. Like that song is
Lyrically, it is
that's all that's I
amazing.
bet you that's a song that people play when they're in New York. Queensbridge is specific like that's the song that people want to hear in their mind. Like so it's like to give it a C is like
But it's a full album. It's not a one track. And
right.
Nas
It's an
is like,
album. It's an album.
is the verse that Cole used for the Made Nas Let Nas Down song.
Right.
That was the merge of, that verse. That's where that came from. Which is, I mean, to me, that's one of my all times for Nas too. But I mean, as a project as a whole, I'm not really feeling the sound.
All right, yeah. Okay.
No.
So Nostradamus.
This is the easiest one for me. This is a D.
Fuck no.
All
Fuck
right.
no. Nah, let's get into it. I've been waiting on this one.
Let's get into this one.
This is his worst
Nostradamus. I
album.
went back. No, I went back and listened to this. What the fuck, man? That shit is brilliant. That shit is brilliant. It's at least a B. It's at least a B. I don't. I went
You
Really?
back.
think you think Nostradamus is better than I am?
I want to apologize. I let low key, bro, because he took it there. It's Nas with the hoodie on, and we talking about broken bottles and needles in the alleyways and abandoned babies and your neighbors doing rocks next. Like, come on, man. You could see the shit he was talking about, bro.
And
It's not
this is
it's
another
not
one.
superb. It's not superb and it's not ass. But that shit's better than people shit on it for. Like, I listened
Okay.
to it and I was like, damn, people are mean. Like, what is this about? It had to be the times. It had to be the times and what was popular. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like I listened to Nostradamus and I was like, okay, I almost want to research what was happening during these times for people to to feel the way they do. Because to me, I'm like, this nigga got off.
So that's another one for me where the lyrics are there and the beats are just not like the feel of the album is bad to me. And I don't want to say like a Nas album is bad, but I'm not. I agree with Eddie that this is Nas's worst album, and that doesn't mean that it's not better than a lot of people's
That's
shit.
what I'm saying.
But
That's what
this is
Sean was trying to.
Nas's worst album to
Jason,
me.
that's what Sean is exactly trying to tell you. You can't compare it to
What's up,
all
Jackson?
the other all the other artists. Only
All
to
right, y'all
Nas.
gonna be mad. All right, man. Because I feel this way about another album,
Okay,
but it's not
we're gonna take it
Nostradamus.
there.
Uh,
Well, I personally, I think Eddie is being nice with a D.
hey, low key, right? Low key.
Hell
But,
no,
hey, but
bro.
can hey, you know what? You know what, Sean? I truly do believe.
I
Put that
think
in the
it's
E.
like in
Hey,
the
Put
and
that
E.
in
then
the E.
I'm not.
like the song
Hey,
with all right, you know that this is the song where it's like she's a big girl now. Like that one, that's the album we talking about, right? That song is on Nostradamus, right?
It's not.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, look at y'all. Y'all didn't even listen to it.
It's
You
not.
didn't even listen
I
to it.
listen.
I
I
guarantee Eddie, you
even.
skipped this one in the whole album
bro.
range.
Hey,
You
hey,
already
hey,
wrote it
Honestly,
no,
off.
no, no,
listen.
no.
You
Hey,
already wrote it off.
hey, no, you want to know something? This is exactly how I listen to this album. This is exactly how I listen to this album. On the drive to work, I put it on. On the drive back from work, I put it on. And I would only listen to it in the car because that's the only time I felt I had a chance. Because I would never put this album it just in the headphones. Only if if I'm in the car. That
I don't know. When I listened to this album, maybe it was the space I was in. Maybe I was like,
so
bro, when I
wait,
listened to this, and I was like, yo.
you're telling me that it's better than I am?
I'm not saying it's better than I am, but
Okay, so
it doesn't deserve the amount of shit you're throwing on it. It doesn't
This
deserve
is
all
the
that.
this
Like,
is the album that made Jay said you fell from top
yep.
10 to not mention it all.
Exactly,
well,
exactly, because he came out with I Am, and then he
You
came
had a
out with
run when you
Nostradamus.
started, but now you just garbage.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
I
looking at all
I
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, was it? I don't know. Listening to it now, I'm like, it. I don't know why niggas went as hard on him for
hey,
this. Like,
honestly,
it's
Sean,
not
like
that bad.
we can't be super biased. You got to put that in the E. Yeah, you got to put that in
I
the
put that in the E.
E. He zoomed in. He
Hey,
didn't believe it.
hey,
He didn't
hey,
believe
hold
it.
up. That's it, man. You know, at
I
least a D, my nigga. Put in a D, and I might
no,
override later.
I'm not
At
putting
least a
it in
D,
the E.
bro.
I can't.
All right, bro.
Okay, so all right, Eddie, where are you at with it? Are you at a D or an E?
I'll E. E.
Okay,
It's almost like
it's
I
an
feel
E.
like you're right. Like I feel like we
It's an
are.
E.
Like I am being too nice. Like I do think it's his worst album.
Yeah, like okay, when I got to this album, I was like, oh damn, like this, I'm not feeling this as much. I I'm looking at this as like a C. And then I listened to the rest of the discography, and that shit just kept dropping and kept dropping and kept dropping and kept dropping with every single listen. Like with every album after this, the shit just kept dropping.
Escobar, the Nostradamus. I'm not even listening to y'all at this point. I gotta just
All right,
Escobar,
yeah, get
nasty
into your own world.
Nostradamus. What the fuck, man? Y'all not fucking with Hoodie Nas? Wow.
Shit.
Nah, Gold Nas is better.
I'm sorry,
It's
Nas.
like
I tried.
it's like Hoodie Mellow. You know, people thought he was gonna be hard, but he was low key
Yeah,
trash.
he was nice in the off season, but
Yeah, exactly.
he
Hoodie
stepped
Mellow,
back on
same
that
thing.
court.
I
Yep.
didn't know y'all was gonna do Nostradamus. I didn't know y'all. I knew it wasn't gonna be on y'all favorites, but I didn't know y'all was gonna do it like that.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Not
it's
the
just there.
worst.
Hey, bro, it's not trash. It's just there.
All
All
right.
right. So moving on, Stillmatic. I we've
S.
covered this in other
S.
episodes, and yeah, I don't think there's
Fucking S, bro.
much to say. I think this is better than Illmatic
Me
to
too.
me.
That's my favorite.
It's my favorite Nas
Man,
album.
I battle with that. I battle
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
it's really close. It's really
I
close.
battle with that. But yes, it is an S.
Very close. So yeah, I don't do we have to go over this stuff? I don't think there's no skip. Everything is top tier production feel, everything.
Ether
This
alone,
is
right? Ether alone makes that album.
Ether alone. I mean, destroying from destroying rebuild, smoke like
Bro.
it's too much. Like It's too much. It's too much. Every song on here is ridiculous. Every song. And
Mhm.
that's the same thing with Illmatic too. Every song on Illmatic is ridiculous. Like not only is there no skip, like not all classics are equal, and like these are the not equal classics. These are up there.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's where we at. Well, we don't got to go too much into it. We all agree. God's Son. I
Ooh,
want to go
okay.
first on God's Son
Go
because,
ahead.
bruh, this was almost up there with Illmatic and Stillmatic to me until it got to like the last four songs.
Man,
Like the way that this album starts off and like the way that the beats matches Nas's lyricism is amazing from start to finish. Like Get Down being your intro is insane. Once we got to I think it was Warrior song, is some of the yeah, I didn't care for any of the album after Warrior song and on I didn't care for. And this was yeah, this was almost S tier for me. Going back and listening to it, and then it just fell off a cliff to me.
So what do you give
yeah,
it?
Godson ain't that good to me. I don't know. To me.
You
Like
don't
it's
think?
like
I give
I like how we learned about the beef with Jay-Z and what beef was
Yeah, when he
happening. Like
goes
he tell
through
he
like with Biggie and Wu Tang and Jay, the
yeah,
last
yeah,
real
yeah.
nigga alive. Yeah, that song is
Yeah.
amazing.
You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciated that song. Um yeah, it was hard for me to get into. Like I had to really try to listen for
Really?
Godson. It wasn't like
damn,
as
that's
Damn.
crazy
like
to me.
So I
yeah,
can.
like
Hey Nas, did you like Zone Out with the Bravehearts?
no, I
That
don't
was
fuck with the
more like out of the
Bravehearts.
box. That was more
The
like out of the box.
Bravehearts,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man. The Bravehearts, they wasn't. I don't know.
They
They,
wasn't the
yeah,
ones.
they wasn't. I don't know what's going on
Nah,
there.
they
Like,
weren't.
I liked
They
them a
weren't.
lot more
Respect the
back then.
jungle,
I
but
say that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this was one of those albums where I
But
like back then. I checked it out, and then I came back to it, and I'm like,
bro,
I don't know. I don't feel
from
the same.
Get Down all the way to Thugs Mansion 2, I'm like, this album to me, it was a perfect album up until then.
Thugs
And
Mansion
I even
too. Like,
enjoyed Mastermind. So where I was going with it is, I said that it fell off a cliff, but it didn't fall off a cliff. The end of the album just kind of it didn't live up to the first, what was it, like 10 songs, which I thought were top tier. So for me, I personally have it in an A category because of how great those first 10 songs are.
I give it a B. I like that album a lot, but I don't think it's like
Yeah.
um I give it a solid B. I think that's a solid B album right there.
it's better than I
Mhm.
am.
Yeah, yeah, it is better
It's
than I
better
am.
than I am to
Yeah, it
me.
is
Yeah.
better. I
I am
can't
has
believe
more
you shit
iconic songs.
I can't believe you shitting on this album, but you praise Nostradamus so much. I am so baffled at
Nostradamus,
that. I
it
am
was a fucking
so
picture
like
book, bro. It's a fucking picture book. Nostradamus is that nigga wrote every verse in the projects, nigga. He wrote every verse in the alleyways, nigga. You can hear the bottles breaking.
I give it a
He
B
got his
though.
beats
I
from
I
crackheads.
You
love
can hear
I
people getting evicted, man.
I mean but Shaun is right. Like, from Get Down to Made You Look to
Yeah.
I Can. I mean,
I think I'm
I
so
think
drowned out on it. I think those are the songs that like us, our generation, like I've
Yeah,
heard
we
them
always
so
heard.
much. They've always been
all
all
right.
around
So
this coming
here,
up. Like,
this is hold on. So this is gonna. So what would you give it?
I
I
mean,
have it low
shit. Why
A.
y'all need
Hold on. I want to see what Jay's gonna give it.
guys? Can you name the track list for me? I don't have it. I don't have it on me right now. But
This
just run
is
through
Get Down, The Cross, Made You Look, which is fucking crazy. Last Real Nigga Alive, which we talked about with the whole New
yeah.
York beef thing. Zone Out, featuring the Bravehearts. Hey Nas with Khalees. I Can, Book of Rhymes, Thugs Mansion with Pac, which was the acoustic version. Mastermind, Warrior Song with Alicia Keys, Revolutionary Warfare, Dance, and Heaven.
Yeah, it ain't better than it ain't worse than it's better than I am. It's yeah, it's a B.
So we're looking at B
It's a B.
tier. Okay.
B
Also,
tier,
I
baby.
could
maybe
live with
even no,
that.
no, no. Low key, it might be a A. I just like if I'm being honest in what I feel, like there's what it is and how I feel. Like
Pick one,
me
man.
personally,
I
uh,
think it's A.
I think it's B.
Eddie thinks it's B.
I think it's B. You said B, Jay.
I'm gonna say B.
So we're going
Even though
B
there's
tier.
but there's hits on there. Like when you read them, those hits is
100% there's
all
hits.
undeniable.
Yeah, he
So it's
has
like,
the
is it
songs to
A?
sing.
Like going against like I feel it's a B, but is it really a A? Like just based off the hits. Like,
Yeah.
hey, can I
I
say
had it in
Khalees
hit
held that
on.
nigga down, bro.
She ruined his life.
Yeah, I think she.
But no, no, I'm
I
talking
think we
about
might be missing some details.
she held this nigga down like on the songs, bro. Like when you listen, like all the little
Oh, okay.
vocals she needed,
Okay.
all the
Man,
little
that,
All right,
oohs and
for sure.
ahs and backgrounds,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I got you.
no,
hey,
I
he
outside
Okay.
the studio, like I don't know, but
he
in
he
the
gave
Yeah,
up
like on these records,
I feel it.
Khalees is
he
all
gave up
over shit. Like
he gave up his
Yeah,
soul for that one feature.
yeah,
Man, after that it was a wrap.
yeah.
nigga probably ain't never had a
It didn't
milkshake
pan
since.
out. It didn't pan out as good as the music that they made together. That's for sure. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, we're just gonna go with that. All right. Now we got Street Disciples.
Street
Street
disciple.
Disciple. So I felt like this album, like all Nas albums, has some songs on there. I felt like this album was all over the fucking place, like all over the
Yes.
place. It is not a bad album. This has some of my favorite Nas songs on there, like Thief's Theme. I love that song. There's a lot. It's a double, but I feel like he was just like this is
No,
all over the place, man.
this was
It
the
was all over
first
the place.
this was the album where he felt the need to drop a double album because all the greats dropped double albums, but
Mhm.
he rushed it. He rushed it. Um, I what came out first, Streets Disciple or Jay's double album?
Blueprint 2.
The Blueprint Two. Which one came out
Um,
first?
I think Blueprint 2 came out
Yes,
first,
that's
if
yes.
I'm
I
not
think so
mistaken.
too. I think so too, and I think because the issues that like I mean I think he tried once Jay dropped the Blueprint too. I think he tried to rush out to drop a double album, and it just didn't work for him because Big, Pac, you know, all the greats had double albums. But yeah, I honestly, man, I'm debating whether C or D.
Let's see. Okay, he has like songs where like just a moment.
Yeah.
You know my style. I love those songs. Like I said, Thief's Theme is one of my all-time Nas favorite songs. I mean, even Virgo with Luda and Dougie Fresh was cool, you know. Um, it's just the randomness for me. Like you go from I don't know, man. Like to
What's
go
why is Jason smiling, man? What's he? What?
because he's
Y'all better put that shit next to Nostradamus, nigga.
like it's
Y'all better
uh,
put that shit next to Nostradamus. Y'all
I'm
trying to talk
I
it
don't
up.
know, man.
I think it's
Y'all
a
trying to
D.
talk it up a
I think
notch.
it's a
That shit
D.
is
I think it's
that's
a
eat
I
D.
up.
think yeah. You think
Y'all
it's a
better
D?
eat up. That's a E.
So you think it's
That's
a
a D
E?
to me.
That's a E.
I don't
I
think it's
said
bad. It's as bad as
I
Nostradamus, though.
think it is better than Nostradamus,
Yeah,
personally.
so do
But
I.
I'll let you put it in front of it, but not above it.
Yeah.
Like
No, man, come on. You gotta put it in the D. You gotta
y'all
put it in
not
the
gonna
D.
do Nostradamus like that, man.
Nostradamus
Streets
is
Disciple,
ass.
just like you said. You said it's all over the place.
Does
It's
Nostradamus?
it's a rushed double-sided album.
Does Nostradamus have any song that's better than
This nigga done put it in the D.
moment of silence?
It's so cold in the D.
Or
Nostradamus
just a
is,
moment. Just a moment. Does Nostradamus have any song that's better than just a moment?
Yes, if you would listen to him. You didn't even listen to the album. You didn't even listen to the album, Eddie. The truth gonna come out by the end of this video.
hey, I mean, you want to use your override for Nostradamus? You sound
Nah, not
passionate
yet.
about
Not, I'm gonna wait till
Nostradamus.
the end. Nah, because at this rate,
I thought I was
I
already
gotta
gonna
see.
use my override,
Jay
but
got
I didn't have to.
Jay got
I'm
leverage.
waiting on it.
Oh
I'm waiting.
man.
I'm waiting on
Okay,
it.
so
Oh
Lord have
on
man.
to
mercy.
on to hip hop is dead.
Oh man.
Oh, you said, oh man, what's on your
How do you
mind?
guys how do you guys feel about Black Republican now?
I think it was I like the beat, but I think it was ass.
How'd you yeah, so like I remember when Black Republican first came out, I was tripping. Like it was just it had this feel like 30 suburban black suburbans were driving down my street and
Yeah,
I don't know. And
the
then
beat is amazing.
now when I listen to it, it was like
It was
these
Jay
niggas
and
tried.
Nas. Yeah, it was Jay and Nas squashing their beef, and like that was like that them. And I remember them announcing it like before the album came out, and it was like a moment in hip hop, like oh shit, like this is about to come out, like niggas need to listen to it. It was not that. It wasn't what we thought it was going to be. Going back and listening to it, like after once the beat, once they start rapping, I'm like, damn, I wish I could have just listened to the instrumental.
Hmm. Um, I don't know. When I went back to this album, I think this was probably one of the albums where I I remember kind of what was going on, and I remember the kind of the campaign that Nas had for this.
Mhm.
Um, I mean,
I
yeah,
was
the
This
really
album's
big on this
this was
album when it
probably
came out.
remember when the whole music scene, like the whole hip hop scene was changing. Wasn't this album where like this is when like the quote unquote old heads were kind of fighting back, like uh hip hop is going one way
Yeah, it
from
was
yeah.
going.
I do agree with Jason. I do kind of feel I do remember the environment and the state of hip hop at this time.
hmm
Kind of reminds me when Jay-Z came out with Auto Tune is Dead.
Yeah, Death
When
to
hmm
Auto Tune.
the whole scene was changing, and it's like these OGs of the game were trying to like put it out there and like kind of like you know come back to the other side, but
hmm
Yeah.
but
I thought it
So
was
what do
good.
you?
I give it a
I
C.
still
I give it a C.
I I really like this album when it first came out. Going back and listening to it, I still really like it. There's some that are kind of nostalgic for me. Um,
Eddie, you said a C.
I give it a C.
I think it's a B. I think it's not
I
as
think
good
it's
as Godson, but I think it's a B.
Oh man, I give it a
I liked
C.
it
I
more
give
than
it
Godson. I personally liked it more than Godson.
Did you like it as much as it was written?
hell no. I hope, man.
That was,
Come
I was expecting
Hmm.
Jason.
Did I?
I asked her for
Yeah,
it,
he
man.
asked for it. Okay, so we can agree it's not as good as it was written. Is it as good or better than God's Son?
Man.
I don't.
It
I
was written.
personally, I don't think so.
All
So
right, look,
it's up to Jason.
I'm like Jason on the last one. If you put it at a B, do not put it in front of Godson.
No, it's not going in front of. It's
I
not.
will use my override just to put it behind it.
Oh, oh,
I
oh
low
shit.
key like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say do it just to make Eddie use his override so he can't
Nah,
do it
nah, nah,
later.
nah, nah, nah. I
Let's
won't
get
use it.
strategic. Like,
We running out of albums.
Hey, you should have not said that.
I wanna, yeah. I, yeah, I feel it's A-ish, but I'll go B for sure.
Yeah. See now, I don't. Looking at that kind of feels wrong because
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying, doesn't it?
I am is
You gonna shit on I am?
I low key
You can
like
raise I am. If you want to
I
raise
low
I
key
am, I
want
ain't
to put I low key want to put I am in like the back of the B tier.
No, but see but now you're switching it up. Like once one album
That just
that
don't
you
it don't look
thought
right. All
it
right,
like
we just gonna move on because that don't that to me that don't look
I
right. If I
I'll
keep
tell
looking
you
at
what
it, I'm
don't
gonna
look
move
right.
that shit.
You want to
None of
talk
that
about what
shit
don't
look
look right?
yeah, that Nostradamus might be an F actually.
right.
Y'all wildin' right now.
All right.
Okay, real quick before I mean you're about to start right now, but I look at Untitled the same way I look at Hip Hop is Dead. It's kind of in that same range to me.
Hmm.
It's in that
So you,
middle tier
yeah,
of
the
Nas's
middle.
albums. It's literally like middle. Like it's not great, it's not superb, it's not shitty, it's not Nostradamus.
Okay.
but it's in that middle tier of Nas albums.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I agree with you there.
I really like this album when it first came out. Going back to it, I don't really care for this album that much. Um, the Slave and the Master song is great to me. I love that song. Other than that, I mean, Black President is cool.
Black Presidents, yeah, Black President's cool.
Hero, I feel like he tried too hard to make like a hit.
Sly Fox.
Sly Fox,
Hero.
yeah, Hero. I feel like it was he was looking for that bigger sound, and I mean, it gave him a bigger sound, but I don't really going back to it. I don't really care for it. I thought it was cool, and when the album first came out, but I don't really care for it. Um, Can't Stop Us Now is cool. Queens Get the Money was cool. I don't think it's as good as I Am. I think it's in a C tier,
I
personally.
agree.
This album is a lot better than I remembered it to be. Um, Sly Fox, amazing.
Sly Fox is good.
Uh,
Yeah.
dude, going at Fox News, period. And I remember him performing this on late night.
Hmm.
So, which was fucking crazy. Breathe was hard to me.
Yeah.
Make the World Go Round, love that one. Um, where was you gonna put it?
I was gonna put it behind I Am in the C category.
Uh,
See if
it
I
ain't
had
better
my
than I am. It ain't better than
I
I
don't
am.
think it's better
no,
than I Am, but I
it's
think
not.
it's better than Street Disciples. Street
Yeah,
Disciple.
Agree.
yeah. So it's
Hey,
just
you
damn.
know what
But as a C, damn, I feel bad
you know
putting it
what
as a C.
you know what Street Disciples' downfall was? Having it a double album. If it wasn't a double album,
Yeah.
it'd probably be up there.
If he condensed it, there are enough songs that are really, really good on that album
That
to
could make it a
be a
C.
really good 13, 14 track
That's what I'm
album.
saying.
Yeah.
If it was 13 songs, that could potentially be a B album,
And the
potentially.
sequencing threw me the fuck off on Street Disciples. Because like listening to Virgo and it go like, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit
Yeah.
threw me off.
Like for me, like this his like I would have had I Am, Hip Hop is Dead, and then Untitled.
That's where I kind of would have it too as
That's
well.
that's what I would have right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on,
Mm.
Distant Relatives, which for
Oh
some
my god.
reason,
I love this album.
bruh, for some reason, like I remember a couple songs, but for some reason when it first came out, I wasn't on Distant Relatives like that. This album is
Right,
amazing.
This album is
right.
awesome.
This
The
album is
versatility of
amazing.
Junior Gong is fucking crazy.
Bro, this yes, I completely agree,
Yeah.
man.
They
And
started the
Elaborate
album
on that.
trading off bars. They was
I
trading off bars on the first song.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like
And
I
boom,
bet
boom, boom. Going
I
through it.
mean,
remember
Like
there was a time in high school and early like when I was in college where like reggae was really like mixing it with hip hop, like
mhm,
like but like mainstream hip hop, because at this point Nas is already
mhm.
like he's out there. So yeah, I love this album. And it's
yeah.
funny you say that. I don't know if it's because of like um I went to a reggae concert on Friday and I saw Slightly Stupid, Common Kings, and
Mm.
Pepper,
That's
and
dope.
I was listening to this discography, and so I don't know, maybe it just hit me more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this
Yeah, for
album. I
sure.
think I it's so hard to judge this album because it's like a like a duet album.
Hmm.
Man, so it's so hard to put it in like that A category. Is it better than Godson? Is it better as, you know? Um
Yeah. So
I'm a
like
I'm a I'm gonna put it in a B range, but I love this album.
I like it more than Hip Hop is Dead. It's right there with Godson for me
Yes,
personally. And
I
I
agree.
I have Godson higher than where we ranked it at personally, but like this is an amazing album. I love this album.
You could if
Where
you
do you
put it,
have it, Jason?
I liked it more than Godson.
man, this room
Okay.
hates Godson.
Yeah.
I don't hate Godson. It just wasn't. It wasn't. It's yeah, just Godson.
So
Godson was a
what
good
tier?
album, but it was more. So it's a B
You
for
think
sure.
okay, so
Yeah.
we'll put
I
it
think it's
In
behind
front,
Godson. I think it's
in the
behind.
front of the B.
I think. Okay, hold on.
I
I think it's behind
personally
Godson.
yeah, see, I don't know. I think it's behind Godson too, if I'm
I don't
being
know, man.
honest. It's all
Nas,
to be
they tried. Nas was challenged on that album, and there
yeah,
was a lot of
for
beats that we
sure.
never heard Nas on, and uh, and he had to
But it
rap
is a
with a
double.
whole.
But it's not a double, but it is a joint album
I
though.
don't know. I'm
Hmm.
just saying, we
Yeah.
got God's Son with one rapping
That's
with one of the closest descendants of Jesus, and then he rapping with that guy's son, Damian Marley, and Damian Marley is like from a whole nother side of the world. Do it like Nas stepped into a whole different
mhm.
genre, like
That's why it's so
No,
hard to
and
it's
killed
compare.
it, and he
So
fucking barred up, like he killed it.
yeah, this
He didn't
album is
slip or
but
amazing.
stumble or nothing. I don't know.
I
hey,
think
but
if
Sean,
we're
you see that?
doing
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say if I think if we're doing like if we compare it to other people's discographies or just hip hop in general, it moves up. I don't think
I'm
it's
just
better
saying,
than
amongst his
Godson.
discography, it's different. There's nothing like
It
that in
is.
his
It's very
discography.
different. It is. You're not wrong about that at all.
But you see how weird that looks, that B category, like having Hip Hop is Dead up there with that, such a great
Yeah,
album like that. It looks so weird, you know?
yeah. Hip hop is dead. Is it looks out of place? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
Like I personally want to switch hip hop is dead and I am, but I
Go ahead,
mean
use your override, sir.
I might at the end of this because I thought I
Yeah.
was already gonna use my override by now.
Go ahead, because you know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I already know where you going with this shit.
I'm
I
gonna
feel
save my
like
override.
everyone's saving it just to move back what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I already know this. They're like, hell no, put it back. Like I already know that's what it's gonna be, so I
Oh
might as well
man.
just do it now then, since the cat's out the
That's
bag.
funny.
Shit.
Nah,
All
man,
right,
just save it,
now
man. Just save it.
All right, all right, all right.
let's move on to Life is Good. We'll revisit that B and C tier. So Life is Good. I like this just as much as I liked the first time. This album is really good. Um, it has some that are kind of it's not up there with like it was written. I don't think. I think it's a high. I think it's a B tier, high B tier. I like the sound. I like the rhymes. I like the stories. I like where he was going with a lot of the concepts. I think it's in that B A tier, that
Man,
low
I'm not
A
even front.
B tier.
I listened to this album once and I don't even really remember it. So
Yeah.
man, it's so
I
hard.
mean, the fact that you don't remember it kind of speaks volumes too.
Like,
Shit.
Eddie, 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 Eddie.
Cherry one the first like okay, so first listening to it back when it came out, World is an Addiction was my favorite.
Mm.
And then listening to it now, I think Cherry Wine might be my favorite.
let me see.
Amy Winehouse on that song is like
Hey,
is a
what song
masterpiece.
was fried chicken on?
That was Untitled.
Man, you're right
Okay.
though. This album does have like I don't really remember a lot of it. Um
Yeah.
This is my favorite Nas album.
wow.
This is my favorite one. Like Cherry Wine.
Cherry Wine is
Um,
amazing, man. I don't know where I was at in my life when this came out or why I didn't appreciate Cherry Wine the first time. But man, I ran Cherry Wine back 10 times in a row. Like
You're right. This
Amy
album is
Winehouse on Cherry Wine is
it's
magical.
crazy.
It's magical.
It's
even World's Addiction with Anthony
World's
Hamilton. I'm
Addiction, that was my favorite from the
Yeah, that's
first
actually I
few,
woo.
forget about that. I
bro.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Anthony
Yeah,
Hamilton got, and he got. There's another song on one of the other albums that he did where that shit was powerful. I was like,
hmm
damn, this shit could live. He has some songs where it's like they could like maybe the timing was off. Like
yeah. They could have
maybe
did
there's
that.
a couple songs where he was low key ahead of his time. Like, and I don't even want to. Damn, we got off right after because I still want to talk about Untitled a little bit. But fucking Hero made me feel something.
With Carrie Hilson. Yeah,
Yeah, bro. That shit was like, I don't know, for me, that shit did what it was supposed to. Like,
yeah. See, I listened to going back to the World's an Addiction. I listened to Anthony Hamilton by itself. Like I love
yeah.
Anthony Hamilton.
yeah.
Like him and Nas are like a perfect match. I wish they did more music together, like you were saying. Like, and he gave
I
Anthony Hamilton a big part in that song too.
Like
I
he
do
let him
agree.
sing, he let him
Yeah.
loose.
Hmm
No, I mean, no, you're 100% right. I think like you said, like he has so many albums that I feel like I listen to a lot of his lower tier albums to like really give it a chance. Um, but I mean, Life is Good is probably an A.
Yeah,
Thank you, Eddie.
I feel like I feel like me maturing more kind of appreciated it a little better because like I said, I don't know where I was at in my life, but I wasn't mature enough for that album.
That's what I'm
And
saying. Like
listening to it now, man,
I don't really remember it when it like came out, you know? Like
yeah,
that's just I don't, you know.
like
Um
daughters, man. Shit,
Daughter, yeah.
having daughters now, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it hits different. It hits different.
I will say I am surprised from you two for putting this album before Godson. That was surprising. This is surprising to me.
Yeah, see, for me, it's like this. I love Godson, but it's like that. But Godson
Yeah.
falls off at the end for me, and
hmm
I don't think Life is Good falls off at all. I think it stays at that level the entire album.
I think when I
Is
look at albums like I think when I look at albums like that, it's like if there's how many impactful songs are on albums. And I think you're right. I think Life is Good does have like more impactful songs than
Hmm
Godson.
yeah.
But,
I agree. All right. So we can all agree on an A. Jason, were you gonna?
yeah, I'm good.
This is. I feel
Yes,
like this is
yes.
where Jason's override was.
That could.
Uh,
I mean, honestly, to be honest, like Life is Good could be his a top three of his albums.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people. I don't know if a lot of
I
people
don't
say
know.
it was better than it was written, but it gets high praise.
A
I
Yeah,
lot of
but
like to
people
then,
shit
agree.
on this album too, though. A lot of
Yeah,
people
but
shit
then,
on it
it's
too.
either
So
you
it's
love
like,
it or you hate it, and I feel like it just
yeah.
depends on where you are in your life. You know,
mm,
because it's not a traditional Nas album when we're talking about lyricism or
hmm
sound, but
hmm
it still brings like the the content that Nas tries to focus on, and it kind of takes it to like a more mature level than just like a street level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
spruced
So
it up a bit.
yeah, it's like a more more successful, more mature level, but with the same emphasis on the concepts and things like that, the lyricism.
Yeah.
All right, so
I ain't mad at that. I cool with that.
listening to Nazir. I haven't listened to this in a while, but I remember liking it a lot when it first came out, except for a couple. But this is the 7 track album, fully produced by Kanye, and that was during that whole good music 7. How many ever weeks they did it in a row? This was around
yeah.
hmm
Daytona and Kids See Ghosts and things like that. So going back and listening to it this time, how did you guys feel?
My
It's
first time. Oh, go ahead,
okay.
Eddie.
No, no, no. Go ahead. You go. You go. You go.
No, I just remember this was. I remember when I first listened to this. I don't think I gave it the listen I should have because I felt like Kanye was being lazy, working on like 7 albums at once, and then you're just gonna like disrespect Nas and throw him in the group
You
too.
feel like
Like
he was being lazy working on 7 albums at
not
once,
lazy, but just like
not giving him
Nas
enough
is not a
attention.
nigga. Not yeah, like
Yeah,
Nas
I
is not a
feel
nigga
you.
you work on 7 other albums with. You know, like
Yeah, you need to
just off
lock
of
in
that
with him.
already. Yeah, that gave me a biased listen back then when it came out.
Gotcha.
Listening to it now, wasn't that bad. It wasn't. It's not crazy, but it was good. Like I'm more of a fan of older Nas. That
Yeah, and
this new resurgence.
this is new Nas. I think this is the cutoff of new Nas, right?
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
right.
I'm not
So
mad at new Nas. I actually like new
No.
Nas a lot.
right,
Oh yeah, yeah. But
right.
this is the album that kind of this is where the line draws between
Mhm.
this is now considered new Nas. Um, but I really enjoy everything Adam and Eve. I think that the entire album is good,
So do I.
but it doesn't have. I mean, it's only 7 songs, which you know
Mhm.
that didn't live up. The whole 7 song thing with good music that didn't really live up to what it was supposed to be. We only got pretty much Daytona out of that.
And that's what I'm saying. In comparison, like, and then you gotta understand. And then what he do with Pusha T? 7 songs. And then the other motherfuckers, like, you know what I mean? It was like I
No,
felt like it was more about Kanye,
Hmm.
like Kanye producing all these albums than the artists that are actually putting them out. I think it was more about the feat of Kanye
but
working
they,
on like all
So
these
you
but
feel
records.
it?
but Daytona was great. So how is that like?
Luckily, like of
This is
course, out of all
I,
the projects you work on, one of them is gonna hit. But like, I feel like one album succeeded and the rest didn't get that same. Like the others suffered for it.
but where Jason is, where I think what Jason is alluding to, which I agree with, is that um Nas isn't he wasn't he shouldn't have been a part of that.
Thank you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But is that
He
Kanye's
wasn't.
fault or is that
No,
Nas's
it's not. It's both their fault. I mean, it's Nas's fault for agreeing to it. But I feel like some of the concepts were forced. Um, and I don't know. It's just some like the album's good, but something is off with me.
Is it good or is it average?
I think it's good, but
Because if it's good, it's going to be in the B category. If it's average, it's going to be C.
yeah, see.
So that's
In
what I'm saying. So weird.
comparison, this is almost like a new tier because we've done the old Nas shit. Now we getting into new Nas, and in comparison to all the other new Nas,
But I just think I like so I think the
Yeah.
album I think the album is good. I just don't I just think because you said you like old Nas, I think you already kind of went in with like a outlook of like um I'm not fucking with experimental Nas, you know?
no, when I
Yeah.
mean old Nas, I mean new Nas, like old Nas, like older Nas, like Nas is an older gentleman now.
You
Like
mean
I
age
fuck with the new
wise?
Nas shit. Age wise, I like older. Like what I mean, I like the newer Nas.
Okay.
I'm fucking with him probably more than the older Nas. But in comparison to this album to the rest of the newer Nas, I don't I don't know how I feel about this album in comparison
I
to all his
think
other new stuff.
I think we're looking at the CB tier for this album.
I say C.
Um, I don't. Yeah, I would have a hard time putting it in front of I am honestly.
Hmm. And a
I
lot
mean,
of
Anybody?
this, a lot of
that's
me
fine.
giving it a C is like I feel like I feel like I'm more mad at Kanye than Nas. Like
I really enjoyed the production on this though.
I did too, but it wasn't. We deserve more from Nas, and I felt like Nas deserves
Yeah,
more. He's not, just like you said, he shouldn't have been a part of that.
yeah.
Shouldn't have been.
Just put it
So
So
I mean, oh man, that's tough. Just I guess C, right?
see, is it better than Untitled?
No, man, I don't know. You can't ask me that. Put it
No,
wherever.
I ain't gonna. No, I
That's
say
tough.
no. I say
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. King's Disease 1.
Loved it. Now that's better
So
than Nasir to me.
so I'm on record, I think, on some of our other videos saying that I liked King's Disease 2 over 1. And I might
Ooh,
still feel that way, but
I don't
ooh.
know.
I
I
like
don't know.
King's
listening
Disease 1 better than King's Disease
listening
2.
to this, King's Disease 1, man. That okay.
That shit was
I,
different.
I I'm with y'all. Yeah, I love King's Disease 1. I'm about to play that shit this afternoon. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
probably gonna throw that on today or tomorrow. Again, I think I don't know if I was ready for this Nas when it dropped. I don't know. Again, this is one of those things where it wasn't that long ago, but I don't know where I was in my life to
Hmm.
where I don't think like yeah, look going back on this, like yeah, I didn't give it a fair shake. And I liked it the first time. I understood it. But yeah, King's Disease. I'm looking at an A
Oh,
for me.
I'm with you.
I think it's a B. I think it's before Godson.
You think it's better than Godson?
And I think it's better than Godson, and I'll put it in
I
a B
think it
category
I
because I
think
don't
it's
think it.
better.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think it's better than Godson, but not as good as Life is Good. But I think it's a tier above Godson.
Oh man, that's tough. I don't think so.
I agree, Sean.
Uh, like
Yeah.
how we just can't be throwing out like classics and A's around. Like I just feel like it's a really good album, but I don't think it's even like I don't even think it's as close as to those two in the A category.
You think the gap between Life is Good and It Was Written is bigger than the gap between Godson and King's Disease? King's Disease.
Yeah,
Eddie's not opening up that gate for nobody. He's not
like it's just
opening up just for
No, but that
anybody.
no, I'll that A tier is special.
yeah, it's special, and there
That A
is
tier
there.
is special.
I will say there is only because this is what I think. I'm not gonna like say anything right now, but or ruin it. But there's two albums left on these albums that belong in that A tier, and
Hmm.
I'm just not willing to put King's Disease 1 in that A tier. I
Hmm.
think it's a
I'm
solid B.
I'm Eddie. I'm with you. I don't know. I'm with both of you. Like I'm
There's
a B plus, A minus
Yeah,
yeah.
feel.
and that
There's
that's
a
the reason I
like
want to put it in the A
uh,
tier because I think it's an A minus.
there's
Okay,
like
the
two.
reason why I would put it in the A tier is because it's a really good album, but it's also this is let me see. So it's like if we're looking in the tiers now, it's like you got kind of the beginning, the middle. Like the beginning is right here with it was written right, and then you got Life is Good, which is kind of like the middle, and then now we're reaching Nas in more of his golden years. You know what I mean? And to where he's in a whole new phase of life, which is like a different start. Like I feel like each of these are kind of like different starts. Like and then everything kind of falls in the middle. I think it's an A. I personally think it's an A because it's kind of like this was the. I feel like this is how Nas really wanted to come into it at this stage of his life,
I'm
and I
almost
feel like he
looking at
did it better than Nasir. You
I'm
said
almost
what?
looking at yeah, I feel you. I'm almost looking ahead just because like I have two other albums in mind that are in there, and it's almost like when you guys put Hip Hop is Dead on B, and then now you're looking as you're still compiling albums into the categories. You're like, yeah, that don't look right.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, go ahead, put in that A category.
I
Um,
think it's in the back of A.
it's gonna be in the
Yeah,
very back of A pretty soon.
yeah.
All right, so King's Disease 2.
That's a C to me because if I look at King's Disease, I think King's Disease is better than King's Disease 2.
Yeah,
I just King's
I
Disease 2
agree.
didn't hit for me. It didn't hit for me like that.
yeah, I
It was
agree, and I
good, but
felt
it wasn't the same as the first.
Yeah.
yeah, and I felt the opposite because I think because I didn't give King's Disease 1 a fair shake, and then I fully gave King's Disease 2 a fair shake because of the reception King's Disease 1 got, and because of my love for Hit Boy.
Yeah.
So I feel like I gave King Disease 2 a better listen. Going back to it, King's Disease 1 is better than King's Disease 2. So
Hit Boy produced all of King's Disease too.
yeah, 1 and 2 and Magic.
Oh, mm-hmm.
I love Hit Boy and Nas, bro. It's
Yeah.
and I
Hit
think that
Boy
just
is
might be what it is, bro.
yeah, that it's a good match.
I
Hit
think you could
Boy,
put, yeah,
there's very few people that Hit Boy can't produce for.
game. I'm just kidding.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Which which takes
Maybe
me back. Well, I mean, it's just I don't know.
we can't see
That
your
boy
knees.
Hit Boy and Kanye. Oh,
Why
my
your
fault.
knees so big?
Hey, my fault. I'm on this carpet. My leg falling asleep.
So, what were you gonna say,
I
Jason?
think. Um, I mean, I don't want to go off topic, but just as far as the whole Kanye and Hit Boy thing.
Yeah,
Um,
let's
I don't
not.
want to shit on
We
nobody,
could do
so let's
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know you going off
yeah.
topic now. Look, he got
Yeah,
it.
I'm not
We can
I'm not
cover
trying
that.
to do that.
We can cover that later. We're gonna stay on Nas purely for now. Okay, so we look. All right, so is it better than Hip Hop is Dead?
Wait, we're saying it's a C or a B?
That's what I'm trying to
It's
see.
a C
Because
to me. It's a C.
okay, so Jason, where
Behind,
you at with it?
yeah.
Fuck. Is it better than Hip Hop is Dead? Uh, I feel bad for saying this, but I don't think so.
I think it's
I
better than
think.
Hip Hop is Dead.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's two against one. I to be
Yeah.
real, I
So
didn't
we're
give
looking at a C
two.
tier.
Well,
You
that's the
guys
one
got
where
it.
I want to say
well,
B. I want to say B tier, like in the back of the B's.
Okay.
But
I have it at a B as well, but not. I have it in front of Hip Hop is Dead.
oh god,
that's
okay.
the thing. Is like, is hip hop's dead even B category? I don't think so.
And that's what we're gonna talk about in just a second.
Yeah.
We're shitting on I am though.
Not, no.
And I
And
that hold on,
I don't
exact.
hold
know.
Thank
on.
you. That's
Let's just
exactly.
keep going.
Thank you.
Let's
That's
just
my
keep going.
thing. All right. Well, you know what? Let's
I
keep
don't
going.
know.
Let's keep
Magic is an
going.
A. Magic
We're
is an
gonna
A.
yeah.
Magic is an S. It's a fucking
Magic.
S.
Okay. I don't know. No, it's not. Magic
It's
is
a
an A.
Magic
fucking
is an
S, man.
Magic is an A to me.
Magic is an A. And
It's
that's
a
and that's
S, bro.
and that's where I get is magic. Magic is an A and King's Disease is an A. Like to me, that just doesn't line up well.
Magic is the chef's kiss, bro. I
Yeah.
don't know. For me, I like Magic more than Life is Good. That's me. I
Didn't you say
fuck
Life
with
is
this.
Good is your
This
favorite
album
Nas
here,
album?
and dog, but I'm thinking of, but you gotta understand, nah, but you gotta understand this is
It's
new
immaculate.
Nas.
It's
This is
immaculate.
new Nas. I feel like they're separate. This is him in a whole different phase of life. Like
I'll say this: Magic is better than King's Disease 1 to me.
100%.
I'm with that. I'm
So
with that.
we're looking at a super solid A, or Jason, are you using your override to put it at an S?
Use it,
Why I
bro.
gotta use the override? So you're saying we not budget from an A?
Because you got two A's
You got two
and
A's
one
and
S.
one S. Yeah.
Uh,
Man, come on. You gonna use your override on that? It's pretty much like A and S is like,
you
Yeah,
trying to bait me out of doing my Nostradamus shit? I already know what you're trying to do.
nah.
But you know what? Yeah, it's an A. I'll give it an A. It is
All right.
better than King's Disease for sure.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it there. So,
I
I
might
said
use that shit.
I saved the lost tapes for last. Um, do you guys want to include the lost tapes on this?
Yeah,
that
because
would
that
be.
shit hard.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I don't know.
enjoy
I
lost
mean,
tapes, but
I did too.
from my understanding, these are all throwaways, correct?
Hmm.
They were good though. That shit was
Yeah.
surprising. I think I was more surprised. Like I went into that one like, let me hear this nigga's throwaways and being like, whoa.
Yeah, like these are your throwaways.
Yeah, like what's maybe
Yeah.
what the fuck? Who was in the room during this? You know what I mean? Type shit.
Yeah, like who let him throw away this shit? So yeah, because these are like I look at these as more like EPs than albums.
Yeah.
So That's why I wanted to leave them there just in case you guys wanted to go over them, but we can leave them off as well because we're
Which one is that? Lost Tapes? Because Lost Tapes 2 was trash. Lost Tapes 1 was
um
really good.
yeah. So
Okay,
Yeah.
lost
so
tapes.
the first one. Oh, so this one is the first one, right?
Hmm.
Okay. The first one I give it a B.
A
Hold
B.
up. Hold
Oh
up.
my
Hold up. Hold
gosh.
up. Hold up. Hold up. Bro, you can't. We can't put Lost Tapes as a B and then I Am as a C.
I'm about to revisit I am right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Lost Tapes. It can't be better than. I don't
I
know. I think we fucked up on that one. I think that if any of like I'm cool. I'm pretty happy with all this, but I don't know. I Am. I'm like
okay, so
we keep putting
let's
shit above
you
it. I'm
got
like fuck. Like
all right,
the
let's go
Lost
with this.
Tapes. I'm like damn.
Let's go with this. You guys want to rank the lost tapes? Yes or no?
I
Or
mean,
should we leave them off?
I think Lost Tapes is really the first one is really good. I mean, it's hard, you know,
But do
because
we
like you said, they're
yeah.
throwaways.
Okay.
And like
I'm
here's the
okay
thing.
with
Here,
leaving
hold on,
them
hold
off.
on, hold on, hold on. This is my thing. I'm okay with leaving them off. You want to know why? Because when you make an album, you strategically try to make it like a book, you know, with
Mm.
production and you're producing. It's like I feel like the Lost Tapes is like here. These are some throwaway albums. Let's just put it on this. You know,
Yeah,
it's
this
there's
shit was
no
good, but it
there,
didn't fit with the album
exact.
that I
It
made it
wasn't like
for.
a planned like piece of artwork, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So every album I think an artist does is like a painting. You know, you
Hmm.
strategically put songs
Right.
and write them and produce them and engineer them to how you think it fits you. But I feel like the Lost Tapes. I mean, the first one's good, but like you said, it was just a bunch of songs put together.
Agreed.
I
I'm
feel
cool with
like we
leaving them
have
off.
to just by default, just 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 off general GP, it has to just go next to Nostradamus.
You don't
You
want
gotta put that. It
Nostradamus to be
can't be.
alone.
It can't be. It can't or with or next to Street Disciple because it's like it can't. We can't put a nigga's throwaways
Yeah,
over an album.
and Street Disciples felt more like a damn
Yeah,
lost tapes one.
exactly.
Yeah,
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 exactly. But you know, sometimes making art just doesn't hit, you know. So
Yeah,
that's what Street
that's true.
Disciples was. He just missed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's okay.
So I'm gonna leave them off. I don't think we'll. I'm gonna leave it like this. We at least we have an understanding of what the lost tapes are and how we feel about them. So my first thing is just looking at this list. I'm switching I am and hip hop is dead. I'm using my override.
All right, all
Do
right.
y'all agree,
Go
disagree?
ahead. That's
Fine
fine.
with it?
That's fine. I'm
Okay.
fine
Well, you're
with it.
switching to where?
I am is going to B and hip hop is dead is coming to a C.
Oh damn.
All right, Jason. I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna save your override. Um, because I'm gonna switch King's Disease 1 into the B category.
King's
And
Disease 1 is going to B.
is going to B.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna put it behind Godson.
Over distant relatives and I am. Okay, so
Oh shit! No, no, hold on. No, put it behind distant
Oh
relatives.
shit.
Put it behind distant relatives.
Oh.
And I am
Oh.
and I am.
Oh.
No, yeah, yeah.
is this
Hold
how
up, hold up.
okay, so what about
Yeah,
these two?
yeah. Switch those. No, switch. I am in
So
front of King's Disease 1.
I am is in front of King's Disease 1.
Yes. And then King's Disease, and then
This
yeah,
shit moved up like crazy.
damn. You know that see that's why I didn't like King's Disease 2 in the B category, but that's my override right there.
I'm
So
not mad
I
at that.
think
I'm not
I
mad
I
at that.
don't
think I
that's
think King's
tough.
Disease.
I think King's Disease 1 is better than I am.
Okay, if that's just like picking like that's little
Yeah, that's
nuances, you
nitpicking.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
were
yeah.
we're nitpicking
That's
at that
nitpicking.
point, but that me personally, yeah, like I would, uh, yeah, that's okay right there to
Yeah,
me.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. And I get my override.
I think we low key shit on I am too when we first talked about that
I
beat
know.
choice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it has a lot of iconic shit on there, man.
It is. It has. Yeah, it's got to
Yeah.
be. My override. I'm just gonna say. I don't want y'all tripping in too hard. I want to move Nostradamus up a lot
That's a
more. Um, I'll just say move it up to the at least the C category.
We're putting it at the end of C.
shit. You
Uh,
better.
I want to say it's yeah. Throw it there, man. Just leave it there.
Oh, that should look
Yeah.
weird.
Nah,
It look weird.
before
Yeah, it
throw
do.
it.
It do
Nah,
look
throw it
weird.
before.
That
Throw
should
it in front of.
probably
Throw it in front of
low-key
Nasir.
ass. Nah, you
You
full of
got to throw that
shit.
one in front of Nasir.
You full of
Bro,
shit. You think this? Oh man.
man, that shit do look weird.
Hey,
Oh
man.
man.
All right, well,
You
All
know
right,
what's
go
this
ahead
crazy?
and
this is
put.
the
Hey,
fun.
hold
This is
on.
the fun of
Hold,
having an override, though.
hey,
This is the
hold on,
fun of
hold
having an
on, hold
override.
on, hold on, Sean. We're still gonna honor his override, but just put Nostradamus back to E, real quick. Doesn't that look so much
That shit
better
look
in
right.
terms of
Yeah,
it? Yeah, it looked right. It looks
this shit looks
logical. That's
right.
what I'm trying to
Street
say. It looks
Disciples and
lo-
Nostradamus is his worst
Yeah.
Hey,
albums,
hey,
and
if
it's
y'all want to leave
logical.
it there, if y'all want to
No, no,
leave it
no,
there,
no.
that's
Nah, nah,
cool.
nah. We're gonna
But
respect the
nah,
Nah,
just
override.
nah, it's cool. You can leave it down there, but as long as y'all know how I feel, that's cool. Like I'm cool with that. If y'all want to
We
drop it,
use our
I'm giving
nah.
y'all the chance to
No,
drop it
no,
now.
no, no, no. We used our overrides. We're gonna honor your override.
but
Yeah,
I
nigga,
just
put
think
it on that C, nigga. So
I guess.
Nostradamus.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
son. Yeah, son.
I just think, does
I
it look like
literally
before? It
think
looked more
Thief's
logical.
theme. I think Thief's theme off of Street Disciples is damn near better than the whole Nostradamus album.
Yo, you wildin', son. You mad wildin'. Thief's theme over the whole album? Nigga, what?
Oh man, we'll leave
Oh
it at
Why do
that
y'all
then.
man,
hate this album so much?
We
It's not bad.
we don't hate it. It's just his worst
it's
album.
his worst album,
It's
but
his worst album.
we're gonna honor your override for sure.
Nah, nigga, y'all need to jump now for real. When y'all get a chance, y'all need like maybe
You need
eight
to
or
double
nine
back
o'clock at
on
night. Y'all need to jump on the city bus
it.
wherever y'all at. Y'all need to jump on some public transportation
And listen to it with
and
the Walkman.
just listen to that shit, bro. And listen
Yeah,
to
you
it a
gotta.
fucking Walkman.
Through
Yeah,
a church.
you can't listen it to it. You can't listen to it with wireless earbuds. You got to listen to it with the
Yeah,
cords
Yeah,
attached to the walls.
it got to sit on the top of your ear too. It
Yeah,
yeah,
can't.
yeah, like straight up.
Oh man.
Your CD player should be attached to your belt loop when you play this.
shit.
Okay, so
All right.
this is our list. Looking solid to y'all.
Not really, but
Yeah,
we'll
that
yeah.
Y'all
I
is
was
really
not. I
hot
was.
about
I was
Nostradamus.
not. I was not expecting you to use your override for fucking Nostradamus.
I
Hey,
knew earlier
when
this
I
week. I
listened to
already knew I
this,
was gonna fuck it up with this.
when I listened to this, I for sure was like, "Oh, we all gonna agree this is the worst shit." Like, there ain't gonna be nothing to talk about with this.
Nah, when I talked to you on the phone, I was like, yeah, bro, I'm about to fuck this shit up. I already know. Like, I already
We
knew.
pretty
So
Like,
you
much
right after I
listen to
finished
it.
the
You
album,
listen
I
to
was
it
like, these
knowing
niggas not gonna like this. I was like, they ain't gonna like this one, bro.
you listen to it knowing that this is probably his worst album, but you like it.
Nah, not even. I was really like, this is what happened. I went and I listened to it. And then first, I remember what everyone said. I remember people being like even Shar, even my fiance was like, "Yeah, Nostradamus is Nas's worst shit." And I'm just like, "What?" I'm like, "Hold on." Even my fiance said she don't even slap hip hop like that. Even she's saying that shit. I go and listen to this shit, and I'm like,
I think Nas would even recognize this shit as his worst.
"Hey,
He
if he
should.
does that, then I gotta let it go. If he does that, but I even then, I'm willing to
Yeah.
argue with him about it. Like, bro, you was really on some shit, bro."
Yeah. All right, man. So what's that? 15. 15 of them albums. Ranking 15 albums. That shit is a
Yeah,
I
lot
hope we
harder
did it justice.
than I thought it was
that
gonna
was
be,
kind of
man.
that was kind of tough.
Yeah, it was a
Y'all
lot
think
harder
we
than
did
I
it
thought it was
justice?
gonna be. It takes a lot of time. I think we did it justice. I think our list is solid. Um, the Nostradamus thing is shaky. I think the I am being in front of both of the King's disease is kind of shaky. Um, but other than that, it's all opinion based, man. And you gonna have somebody from New York like, yeah, nigga, Nostradamus is Nas's best shit.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
sure. You
We
know,
got to do a West
everybody's
Coast
gonna.
artist next time.
Oh, I'm down. I'm down. We'll come back. We'll double back and do some more artists for sure. This is fun. I
yeah.
liked
The main
I
reason I
like
don't know, bro.
I like the process. I like listening to people, you know, their entire discography in a row and getting that feel because it's different. I For all of us, we came into Nas shit. I want to say I had to come into Nas as Stillmatic might have been the first full listen to Nas, full listen through for me. Before that, of course, like the radio hits and you know, If I Ruled the World and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But coming into Nas's discography, damn near halfway through it, going back and listening to it is different. It was fun.